And welcome back to another edition of the Coronapocalypse Podcast. This week's episode is brought to you by Preppers. Preppers, still crazy, just not as crazy as we all thought they were. Alright guys, so for week 30, you are going to be doing your second to last essay. So this is essay number 5 in total, and it will be on World War II. Now, this essay is going to be done a little bit differently, so please make sure you are following along with the instructions. But first, for your second essay of the spring semester, you'll be focusing on Poland and how its people fought back, contrary to the popular myth that the Nazis faced no resistance in the country. So, hopefully these instructions are working out for you. Please make sure that you read through the prompt carefully. Don't just listen/watch my narration here. Read through it for yourself, line by line. Make sure you know what I expect and what you need to do. Email me questions, okay? I'm checking this thing all throughout the day when I'm not busy dealing with my son. Which, by the way, is why this is getting posted in the afternoon instead of the morning. So, please bear with me, guys, as far as timing goes. Okay, if I can't answer my email, it's going to be because I'm dealing with him. Simultaneously, that I'm going to give you a lot of leeway. Please remember, due dates are only a suggestion, okay? You need to get the work done completely as well as you can manage. That's more important than on time. I'm not going to penalize people for turning anything in late. That being said, please remember, guys, the due dates are here as a suggestion to keep you on pace so that you don't find yourself overwhelmed with a bunch of work towards the end, whether that end is in 2 weeks or if it's going to be the end of the school year in May. Okay, simply don't know at this point. Alright, so you only got 3 things this week, guys. You got the rubric, you have the writing document, which you're all going to get a copy of, just like with all the other essays, and of course, the prompt. So the rubric, I'm not going to go over. You can look at it, but it's the exact same thing that I did last time. I haven't changed it. I haven't made it more difficult for the very obvious and simple reason that I'm not there to help, so it's unfair of me to make the grading criteria higher. Okay, document itself, same as it always is. You're all going to get this exact copy. Please remember, put the correct period in. Please actually put your name here. I know that it's going to pop up automatically in the title here, but please put it here because we're practicing good skill sets for college. And some people keep forgetting this, guys. These labels are just here to preempt the indentation. Delete them. Delete it and then start writing. Do not do introduction ... Poland was a country in World War II. Don't do that. Don't do that. I'm going to take points off. Alright, now, to the heart of it. The prompt. You will write an expository essay on the experiences of the Polish people at 3 stages: the events of the initial Nazi attack, the Polish defense during the invasion, and finally, the Polish uprising at the end of the war. So the first 2 are going to be concerned with the first couple days of the war, and then it's going to flash all the way to 1945 and the end of the war. For each of the paragraphs, you will need 1 citation for a total of 3 required citations, 1 from each of the given sources. This is very important, guys. Unlike with some of the previous ones, I'm going to give you all the sources, and they're going to take a different format than usual. Excuse me. Now, this essay doesn't have an argument. Instead, you are doing a survey work. You are stating the events as fact, and you are providing details, as if you were to familiarize somebody who did not know this information. Please note the highlight section here, guys. This is a different essay than previous ones because it will only utilize videos as sources. Now, I'm doing this partly just to do something different, and I'm also doing this partly because I wanted a set of sources that were very concise and easy for you guys to follow along without needing to request my help. So this way you guys, of course you can ask if you need it, but this should be a very easy thing for you to follow because these sources are all narrative history. And if you look at the titles, guys, I've included the link and I've included the title of it. If for whatever reason the link ends up broken, note this is the Extra History series, so you guys should recognize this. We've used a couple of these videos in the past. Now, footnotes. Just as before, please remember, the command is left control alt F. Don't change the formatting, leave it alone, and every time you create a footnote, meaning at the end of the first paragraph, at the end of the second paragraph, at the end of the third body paragraph, each time you need to reuse this code. You're not hitting enter and then a number. That just messes it up. Now, this is the correct CMS method of citing videos. You put the title of the video in parentheses, quotation marks, and the titles are all up here. And yes, it is this whole thing. Okay. Then the channel name. I think we can figure that one out. Now, I put this as an access date for today, the day it's being posted, simply because that's the easiest thing to do. You can change it or you can just keep it the first day it's assigned. Now, you put media type. In this case, guys, they're all videos. And then the URL cut and paste in full. So, a sample citation. This is just another video that came out recently from one of my history channels. So, we have the title. Kulikovo 1380 Rus-Mongol Wars documentary. And yes, this should not really be all caps, but I kept it that way because that's how they posted it. Then I have the channel name, Kings and Generals, my access date, which I just pushed to today. I note that it is a video format rather than, say, a lecture or a podcast format. And lastly, I have the link. And you can either do a cut and paste from the address bar or you can use the share link. Either one is fine. Now, this is only going to be a 5-paragraph, 25-sentence essay. Okay? You can add more if you want, but I'm not requiring a whole lot because, again, you guys are much more on your own than you normally would be for these. So, here's how the outline breaks down. You have your introduction. Introduce your topic by giving the date that Poland was attacked by Germany. If you want, you can use a different hook, but that's a real simple, easy one. Maybe note the name of the operation because it did have a name. Your thesis. Clearly state how the Polish people fought back. Then you have your roadmap. You're going to preview the 3 main things. How the German invasion was carried out, how the Polish army defended its country during the initial invasion, and then lastly, how did the resistance break out of Poland towards the end of the war once they knew that the Germans were going to lose. So, your first body, the initial attack, for that one, you will use video number 1, the defense of Poland, Battle of the Border. You're going to define Blitzkrieg and how it was used against Poland. That is my highly recommended hook/topic opener. And then give me at least 4 sentences, meaning 4 details, about, this should say, the new, not new the, so let me fix that. The new methods and ways in which the Germans attacked Poland, because it's going to cover a lot of details here about how the Germans create a completely new type of warfare in order to use their Blitzkrieg, their lightning attack style. Then, we're going to get into the specific battle. How overwhelmed the Polish were during the defense. So note what the Polish army had to work with versus the German army. Give me 4 sentences with details about the Polish soldiers and civilians, how they fought back, how they retreated, how they reacted to the German invasion. Okay, try to get both civilians and soldiers if you can. And finally, the last body, living conditions. Describe the treatment of Poland under German occupation, and then give me at least 4 sentences about how the Polish resistance fought to expel the Nazis in the last days of the war. In fact, I don't like this living conditions. I'm going to change that to simply resistance. Ooh, much better. Uprising. So tell me how the Polish helped free themselves at the end of the war. For your conclusion, restate how Poland was attacked, restate the power of the German attack, restate how the Poles were able to defend themselves, restate how the Polish people eventually helped overthrow the Nazis, and for your final statement, what impacts did World War II likely have on Poland and its people. So this one is a bit predictive. But again, don't say the word I. Instead, use a sentence like, World War II likely left physical scars on Poland, economic scars, psychological scars. World War II likely did permanent damage to Poland's population. Okay, something like that. You're expressing a guess, but it should be logical, and it should not use the word I. As always, if I see the word I will take points off. If you have any questions, guys, email me, whether it's the Gmail or my SAUSD account. I'm checking both multiple times a day. I will get a response back to you as long as it's not the weekend. All right, until next week, have fun.